Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 Chevrolet Traverse. This is a high country. It's finished off in Lakeshore Blue. MSRP is just over $55,000. So we have a 3-row SUV here that has a lot to offer. And we'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. This model is front-wheel drive, weighs in around 4,500 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just shy of 7 seconds. And then as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 20 in the city and 27 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, we have a really nice combo with all of the gloss black accents. You'll notice the Chevy badge with the chrome logo or the chrome accent running right through the middle behind that, along with more chrome on the grille. There's gloss black, plenty of cutouts, even a forward-facing camera too, to provide you with better visibility. Now this also has LEDs. Now the turn signal and DRL are the upper housing, headlights and high beams are in the lower section. There's more chrome surrounding that, along with gloss black and some inlets. Parking sensors in the lower section, along with the distance pacing sensor, and then all of that is finished off in more gloss black. There's also some nice lines that come down both sides of the hood there. And then you'll notice that the gloss black works its way to the side. It's on the fender arches along with the lower side skirt. This has a really neat design for the two-tone wheels. There's also more gloss black on the power folding side mirrors with a camera and a turn signal. No sunroof for this model, but you have roof racks up top, some chrome accents for the window trim there. And then being a 3-row SUV, it's stretched very nicely. All the proportions make it look really great. In back, there's a body-colored spoiler, third brake light. This is the camera for the digital rear view. Wiper blades in the lower section. There's LEDs, backup camera, all the parking sensors, a quad tip dual exhaust, and then this is even capable of towing right around 5,000 pounds. Now it also features remote start, so you can double tap this button to start it up. You do have to hold on it, however, to shut it off when needed. And then you can use the button on the key fob or the one by the backup camera to open up the power liftgate. Now, being a 3-row SUV with the 3rd row up, you actually have a lot of space. There's also space up underneath the floor, and then the 3rd row is automatic. So you have the buttons here to do this. In order to fold down the 3rd row, you can fold the 2nd row flat, but you do have to release the 2nd row a step further for the headrest to clear. When you do that, it is a nice flat surface. So you have plenty of space with the 3rd row up or the 3rd row down. So very spacious for its sizing. Now you do have the proximity door handles, so you can lock and unlock it from the back. We have white leather accents, more chrome trim, Bose audio, storage in the lower section, and then captain's chairs for the 2nd row. There's the bar to recline and incline, also the one to move the seat forwards and backwards. And then you have a control on the side that you can push for the seat to basically move all the way forwards. Now you could maybe walk in between the seats if you were small enough, but at 5'10" in the back, this seat could be moved a little bit farther forward for extra legroom. There's cup holders, an auxiliary there, and actually have about 3 inches of headroom. So it's really not all that bad if I needed to ride in that 3rd row. And then it's easy to slide the captain's chair back, where I have plenty of space. There's storage pockets, cup holders. These are even heated seats. You have fan speed, temperature, auxiliaries, and storage down below. There's also adjustable armrests too, and I have plenty of headroom as you would expect for that 2nd row. Now this also gets memory seating adjustments, window controls, power folding side mirrors, the liftgate release, and more storage, and then power operating front seats. This also has leather for the steering wheel, gloss black accent up top, where this model features Super Cruise. There's paddle shifters, volume and tuning underneath both of those controls. All of the cruise control settings on the left. Right side, there's heated steering wheel, shortcuts to music, Bluetooth and voice commands. And then there's a pages button for the digital gauge cluster, where you have a few different settings here to pull up this information depending on what you would like to see. Now on the left side, e-brake, along with a few different driving modes. So you can go through these as needed, just depending on the power that you need and the driving conditions you are in. There's engine start stop, dimmer switch for the gauges, one air vent with some of this carbon fiber like trim accents, which give it a great look. And then with the infotainment system, You have shortcuts up top to get through all of these icons. There's also a split view, so you can scroll through all of these. A shortcut to music, pull up Google Maps, pull up your phone, and then shortcuts to all of these controls. There's also more adjustments you can get into, and then shortcuts on this left side to even the headlights and lane keeping assist. There's volume along with mute up top, and then everything in the lower section for your temperature, heated and ventilated seats, fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. There's also physical controls down below. So there's temperature dials, fan speed, on, off, and then air vents above that and more of that trim accent. Now there's wireless charging with auxiliaries down below, 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage behind that. There's also a ton in the lower section. You have plenty of storage in the armrest with some auxiliaries, plenty in the glove box too. The digital rear view mirror along with garage door buttons are up top. There's OnStar controls, dome lights, a sunglass holder, and then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see. You have large 3rd row cargo windows there, so it's pretty easy to see. Now in order to put this into reverse or drive, that stalk is located on the column there, where you have a few different angles that you can go through. Drive is going to be down, where you can go through the forward-facing camera angles too, and then park's located on the end of that stalk. But let's go ahead and get this out on the road. As we switch over to the POV angle now, I currently have Super Cruise on at the moment. So there's the green light indicating that it's on. It will also do automatic lane changes for you when it's safe to do so. So with the speed limit that I am currently going, it is noticing that the car in front of me is going slower than that set speed. So when it's safe to do so, the vehicle will actually change lanes for you, which is really neat to see. Now it's also interesting, this particular model does not have the head-up display. The GMC Acadia that I reviewed did have a head-up display, but you can see all the information in the gauge cluster there, so it's still helpful. But this is a great system to use. You can have some hands-free driving, but of course you do need to be paying attention at all times. It is not a system that I fully trust by myself, but it's definitely a helpful aid, especially if you're doing some long highway cruising. But behind the wheel for the Chevrolet Traverse, this is a really nice vehicle. It's super comfortable and quiet. You know, even with the truck next to us, you can hear it, but it's what you would expect in pretty much any vehicle really. The road noise and wind noise is very minimal, making this a great commuter. And it's comfortable, it's spacious. There's really not much more you would need for a family 3-row SUV like this. For its size, it's very maneuverable in parking lot situations too, so it's not a big vehicle, which is definitely helpful if you're not looking for that larger 3-row. But you can still get quite a lot out of this size vehicle. You have a lot of different options too, so you can go at a lower cost than the High Country here, depending on the options and features that you are looking to go with. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Chevrolet Traverse. Again, if you want to see comparisons with the competition, take a look at those videos with the GMC Acadia, very similar to this of course. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.